How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. It was requested, so I'm here to deliver. Let's get straight into the car and get straight into it. Let's go. Okay guys, we are in the car and the first thing I'm going to talk about is quality. As you can see, the screen fits quite nicely in my center console. It almost makes it look like it's not too aftermarket. It makes it look a little bit stock, which I really like. I don't like the ones that kind of bulge out and make it look really aftermarket. So this is quite a nice fitting screen. As you can see, it fits perfectly in line with the trim around it. The quality of the buttons, these are not touch sensitive buttons. These are normal pushing buttons that have quite a nice click to it actually. However, these buttons do feel a bit cheap. They do kind of wobble around in this little spot. However, I do prefer normal pushing buttons than touch sensitive buttons, as they are a lot harder to use when driving. However, it is missing two key buttons, which is the next button and the previous track button, and you'll realize later on why they're really needed and quite important here. Okay, turning the screen on, it does turn on with the ignition, and it starts up straight away just like that. And it does stay on when you turn the ignition off, and only turns off when you pull the key out like this. Okay, now that it's on and that the camera has finally decided to focus, I can show you what the screen can do. So this is the home page. As you can see on the home page, it does tell you your miles per hour or kilometers per hour. This isn't very accurate and I never really look at it. Sometimes it tells me I'm going 14 kilometers per hour even when I'm standing still, so I completely ignore this feature here. You also have this built-in music that comes with the radio. It is really annoying because it's there on my home page and I can't seem to get rid of it. And when you click on it, all it comes up as you can see, just some music that I have no idea where it's come from. I don't really listen to that kind of music, so it's a bit pointless and I can't seem to get rid of it. This is where my phone is connected to Bluetooth. As you can see with the Bluetooth logo up there, shows that my phone is connected. And when I click on that, it brings up my phone book. It brings up all my contacts. It brings up my call history. It brings up my music. And it gives me options to connect to more devices. And then of course, settings.
A few inches later.
Okay, I've taken the camera outside because it was helping the camera to focus, and it's a lot better like this, so I'm going to show you a lot outside. But moving on, I'm just going to show you through this quick music feature. This is exactly where you can play your music. You can play and pause it, skip track, or go to the previous track. Now this could be a lot better if it was updated. I wish I could select through all my tracks, select through all my playlist, maybe even forward a track or rewind the track a little bit. However, it doesn't bring up any of these features. The only three options you have is previous, pause, or next. Okay, going back to the home screen. As you can see, I am standstill right now and it's telling me I'm going 12 kilometers per hour. This is why I don't really pay any attention to the speedometer up here. It doesn't make any sense. What else do we have on the home screen? We have our menu button, and when you click on that, you have all these applications. Now really the only couple of applications I use on here is Spotify, which I downloaded, YouTube, which I also downloaded, Waze, which came pre-downloaded, and Google Maps, which is down here, that was also pre-downloaded. If you do want to download any apps, there is a Play Store up there, and it pretty much has every app that you can normally get on your smartphone as well. Okay, I've just turned on the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone, and as you can see up there, this has connected to my Wi-Fi, so now I now have access to Spotify and YouTube and even Google Maps. So if I was to click on YouTube, and of course the first thing I'm going to do is go to my own channel. Now it is a little bit slow, but it does work. And I'm obviously going to click on my last video, which was installing my coilovers. It's been about a week since I installed the coilovers. I did go back to work the next day and readjust them to the lowest possible setting because I wanted it to sit as low as possible. It looks pretty good to me. Some people... Now as you can see, the screen quality is not that bad when you're facing it dead on. However, when you're sitting in the driver position, looking at the screen through an angle, it does blur out, and also it's not very bright. So on a sunny day, you can't really see the screen properly. Okay, moving on to some of the other applications. There is a home button down here, so I'm going to go straight back to home. I'm going to go back on my applications, and I'm going to show you through Google Maps. Now hopefully this doesn't bring up my location. If it does, I will be blurring the screen. And it hasn't, so as you can see, Google Maps loads pretty well. It is quite a bright colored screen, so I can see it quite clearly. However, my problem is when you're loading Google Maps and you're getting directions to go somewhere, you're unable to change your song track. As you can see, there are no buttons to skip the next track or go onto a previous track or pause the music. And so while you're driving, you have to go up here, go through multitask. And then if you're playing songs through YouTube or if you're playing songs through Spotify, you would have to go back on here, skip the track, and then go home, go back on here, go back on Google Maps just to skip a track. And obviously that's quite hard to do while you're driving. Okay, leaving the Google Maps application and going back onto the home screen, going back onto my applications. I do have Spotify. And I've pre-downloaded all my music on here, so I don't even need to connect it to my hotspot from my phone. It does take a little while to load, but it does work. And as you can see, I can play my music through here.
Yeah, you said life ain't fair. I know man who live life in fair. This time last year, you on the same blocks.
The sound quality is not too bad, however it does have a little fuzzing noise in the background. You can't really hear it when you're listening to music, but during phone calls you definitely notice it. And talking about phone calls, the microphone that's built into this screen, which is right there, is absolutely useless. If you get a phone call while you're driving, this screen is absolutely useless. It won't help you. You're better off just picking up the phone, or obviously parking your car first and then picking up the phone, because picking up the phone while driving is illegal. But don't expect the best quality from this microphone down here. Okay, moving on to the next application, going back onto the home screen and onto my apps. I'm going to show you lot Google Play Store. As you can see, you have an option of all of these applications up here. Instagram, Uber Eats, even BBC iPlayer, Prime Video. It's pretty much like having an Android tablet in your car. So if you had a higher memory one or even a faster processor, you could probably even download stuff like Showbox and watch all movies and stuff on here. However, I did mention that the screen quality is not great, so don't expect the best. Okay, and probably one of the most least important things you would use an Android radio for is the actual radio. So going back onto the home screen, which is there, swiping to the next page, you'd see your radio. And now it does only do FM radio, and it works pretty well. However, what I don't like is when you've got a selected radio station, it doesn't actually tell you the name of the radio station you're on. It just has its number. So for example, 100, we all know is Kiss 100. However, it doesn't say Kiss, which I would prefer. Okay guys, and that concludes all the basic features of this Android radio. That's pretty much all I use it for as it is, because it is pretty slow and the quality of the screen isn't great, because I could use it for more things, but I don't. Now to talk about price, I bought this screen for £75. You're not going to find it £75 on eBay or Amazon. I took the risk and bought it off wish.co.uk. It came within about 13 days, which wasn't that bad, as it does come from like China. It was originally £60, but if I wanted to get it within the next few months, it was free delivery. If I wanted to get it within the next 2 weeks, it was £15 delivery. So I paid the extra £15 delivery and I got it within 2 weeks and I fitted it straight away. I am quite happy with the purchase as it was so cheap. However, I do wish I bought a more expensive one and upgraded, just so it could be a little bit faster and the screen quality would be a lot better. I am thinking of getting rid of the screen and upgrading to a better Android screen, as I would like to download more apps such as Call of Duty, which would be great to play in the car, obviously while I'm parked up. Even other applications like Showbox, so I could watch more movies in the car while I'm chilling. Okay guys, and that concludes the review on this Android screen. Thanks for watching and peace. Okay guys, that concludes the video on my Android radio. If you found the video helpful, make sure you hit that like button. We are doing a GTI build on this car, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out a few of my other previous videos. I've done videos on lowering the car and air intakes and a load of other things, so make sure you check them out too. I upload loads of pictures of my GTI on my Instagram, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure you follow me on that. Until then, take care and peace.